All right. So I guess now you understand what the plan was.
Absolutely. At Colts Law, we talk Indianapolis Colts football.
We're going to stick to what we know, fundamentals and technique, 1% better every day.
Hey everybody, I'm Lawrence Owen. I'm joined by Colts Loyalist today, and we're going to be talking about the Frank Reich presser and all the information that came out of that. And that is awesome because I am so glad that Frank Reich is back. He said he was feeling great, said he even ran on the treadmill, having COVID running on the treadmill. Who would have thought, right? But to get into the nitty gritty, I posted a video yesterday ranting about listening to media, not waiting for the entire facts to come out. And I burnt myself, but not in the way that you guys are thinking. Yes, I get it. I burnt myself. He decided Wentz is going to go have surgery, Loyalist. Well, that's cool, right? That's cool. At least we know the facts now. Now, when I said that, on my rant, I was like, you're listening to media, you don't know, there's a lot of ifs, ands, buts, maybes, this if, and that kind of stuff coming out, precursing whatever they were saying. So, they didn't know. They were making assumptions and not giving you, this is a factual thing that's going to happen. And that's what I was going off about, and everybody, losing their crap over stuff like that. And I burnt myself because I listened to what the media said yesterday when they said Wentz was going to decide to go and do just let it rest in rehab. Well, had I listened to myself and not listened to the media, I wouldn't have said, reported that in the first place. But my premise of my rant stands, and the video itself backs up the premise. I mean, at least that's the way it seems to me. How about you?
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. Like you said, we're all trying to wade our way through all this information, assumption, hyperboles, and like you said, I at least like the way that you were on the side of caution, even on the whenever you chose to listen and report. You know what I mean? So as far as things go, you were still on the right track, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe so too. Don't get worked up over anything until the Colts actually come out and tell you something, right? And that's what happened. I'm glad. I begged. I was like, look, we don't know all the facts yet. Wait till they bring them out. Frank Reich brought them out. Awesome. Here are the facts. Fact of the matter was, they and it went down apparently exactly as I was saying. He had the injury. They did tests, did MRIs or X-rays or whatever it was they said that they had to do. Looked at it, made a decision about it, was like, hey, we need a second opinion. Got the second opinion, then had a discussion about it, with everybody together,
right,
to decide what was best moving forward. Where the report that Wentz was going to just, do the rest and rehab, I have no idea because he didn't mention anything about that. And yet that's something that media said.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when Coach was questioned on it, he said no, that we would pretty much come to the conclusion fairly early in the process that they were going to go ahead and go with the surgery because they wanted to be able to control as much as they could with the if they'd left it and done the wait and see and everything, like they said, the bone had dislodged itself, so it could have happened in week 6 or 7 and knocked him out for all the way into the playoffs and stuff. At least this way, the Colts are controlling the narrative. They know once Carson gets back that particular problem will no longer be a problem.
Hey guys, please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tag that notification bell so that you're notified next time I go live. Don't forget, you can also share this video to your favorite social media, and please open up that description of the video. In there you find a link to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. Get all of my content plus Patreon specific content, and of course my merch shop right here. So the fact of the matter was, Carson Wentz on a rollout dislodged a previously broken bone from apparently a long time ago. There must have been some scarring tissue or something like that on it, because he was talking like back in his high school days is when it possibly happened, right? And that he's just been working with it and living with it this entire time. And then they finally decided, you know what, it's just best moving forward, get in there real quick, remove that bone, because it's not a necessary bone apparently in his foot, and then let him rehab through that. Now, the rehab process, 5 to 12 weeks. Now, Frank Reich saying he was optimistic that Wentz would be closer to the 5 weeks rather than the 12 weeks, but let's face it, Frank Reich is a really optimistic person, and he's optimistic about everything. But he said his optimism was also had a lot to do with Wentz, had a lot to do with the doctors and what they were seeing and hearing, and how things progress around, the Indianapolis area with those types of surgeries, right? So 5 to 12 weeks, it's all on Eason now. At least camp.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know what? No, because I'll tell you right now, I was there today, and, I understand that Eason's in the driver's seat, but you know what? There's a couple guys. Well, there's one that's really pushing them good today. So the quarterback room is, as a whole, I think is going to help get Jacob ready, because I don't see this as a one-man show. If Jacob looks around and understands all the resources he's got to him, head coach, all this coaching staff that, has really been connected to him outside of the quarterback coach, for 2 years now. So, yes, I understand what you're saying. Jacobs, it's time to step up and let's see what you got. That's for sure.
Absolutely. But until then, Wentz is going to be doing his rest and rehab. Apparently, the surgery goes down, within an hour, about 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. And we will hear about how the surgery went probably tomorrow during the presser, because I'm sure someone is going to ask. But I want to thank everybody for watching. That's the news. That's the facts of what's actually came out. Thank you, Indianapolis Colts, for coming out and bringing the information to us so that we know the facts and what is exactly going on. And there's no more guesswork. Thank you so much. Loyalist, thanks for being here. We'll probably get your information about today's training camp practice and get that out as soon as possible. And until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen. That's Colts Loyalist. And as usual, have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.